Welcome back, everybody, to Your Shed Life. This is the one-stop shop. Actually, it's not your one-stop. You have to go across the road to Walmart to pick up the rest of your stuff for your shed. But here, you can get the paint. And welcome to the Shed Paint Store. I am your soul stealer, soul weaver, your man-eater, John. I'm here to do another podcast. What am I gonna talk about? Let's see. Well, what happened today? The wind is terrible here. I guess that's a way to start it. No, we'll start the other way. My backpack fell off. No. My glasses are scratched. My glasses are scratched because, backstory, I was walking out of work, and the wind was very strong. It was very, very strong that way. It was gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. And it blew my backpack off my back because I'm cool and I carry it with like one strap. And so the wind caught it and it pushed it off my back. And then my glasses that were hooked to the backpack fell off of the backpack and hit the ground, and they hit it like 5 feet away from me, which was impressive. But then the wind kept on pushing my glasses, and they skid along the cement down the ramp about 75 to 100 feet further. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. So yeah, very windy here today. It's also very cold in April. Yesterday, it was a wonderful, sunny 61 degrees. And today, it is 45, overcast, and windy as hell. So that's the picture of Kansas weather. It's very much so a thing. Words, you know. It's unpredictable. What else happened today? I got books. I think I've talked about my love for a show called C-Team, or it's an Acquisitions Incorporated, The C-Team. It's a D&D show that's on at 3:30, I think. 3:30 Pacific time. So I never get it. It's on Wednesdays. Look it up. It's on Penny Arcade's Twitch stream. It's very, very good. Love it. It's really fun to watch it live because then you get to be in the chat and everyone there is super great, and it's like a running commentary of what's actually going on right now. It's very, very fun. It's like hearing everybody's whisper to like the person next to them, you know, like you do in the theater, like I do. I'm not sure if everyone else does. I feel like they should. Like the leaning over and whispering like a dirty joke to the person next to you is always very fun for me in a theater environment, including the movies. I enjoy doing that. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Anyways, C-Team, very good show, but that's gotten me into D&D, which I want to start playing, and I wanted to start playing so bad that I went out and purchased. Well, I didn't go out anywhere. I purchased from my phone at work the 3-combo book set to start playing it. It's you got the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Manual, and it's super, super rad. For someone who like me, who just loves world building, like I can't tell you how many stories I've started just because I wanted to build a world. Like even when I was a kid, I have books and books and books of nothing but just worlds that I built, like literal galaxies with individual planets, and each planet had different races on it and different cultures, different creatures that lived on those planets, and I like drew them, and I drew maps, it was like the raddest thing for me as a kid. And I didn't even know what D&D was at the time back then. And now I find out that there's a group of like nerd culture, right, that loves this same thing too. And I'm like, hell yeah, I got to get in on that. So a buddy of mine, whose name is also John, he plays pretty religiously, and so I'm trying to convince him to start up a game. And if he doesn't start up a game, I will. I will dungeon master it. I would love to play in a game, but I will dungeon master it, and I can't wait. I think that'll be a super great social creative thing to do, because I don't do a lot of social stuff. Like, I go to work, and that's enough for me. Like, I'm around like 50 to 75 people a day, and that's just destroying to me. Like, at the end of work, I am done. After the end of like 10 hours, I'm done. But lately I've been working 12s, and it's really tough, because then I literally go home and I don't want to mess with anyone. So I literally just become a hermit, because I need my me time. So yeah, it's a good thing. I can't wait to actually do it. My mirror came in. I forgot, how did this start? So back almost a year and a half ago, I was in school, and my classmates were messing around my car in the parking lot, because that's where they smoked. And one of them decided it would be very funny to be picked up and carried through the parking lot, as if he was a damsel in distress. So it happened, just as you might expect. Two grown-ass men carrying each other like hot babes that they rescued out of the ocean, up and down through the parking stalls. And they were both wearing boots, and somebody's boot kicked my mirror, and it broke it off. It broke the glass piece out. It didn't break the glass, but it popped the mirror part out. And so I had duct taped it up there, and it stayed there for a long time. It started coming loose, about 4 months ago, when I was driving out to see my grandparents. And on the way back, I drove through this crazy storm. It was if I was on the ocean, I would be pissing my pants, like hoping that it would save my life in some way. But it was just so crazy. Like, it's out in the middle of nowhere, right? And there's no trees around, and so the wind is pushing the car back and forth, like I can feel it, and we're like riding with it. And then at the same time, there's lightning and rain, and the lightning is like hitting like just to the side of the road. It was crazy. It was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, due to all the high speed winds and everything, the duct tape that I had installed the mirror with began to break, and it just recently finally fell off completely. And I ordered a new piece for the car, and I put it back on. But I had spent so much money on it. I went to a pull apart yard. It's like a salvage yard, basically, where they take like mostly okay cars and set them out there, and then you can go and pick the part that you want, pull it off, and then go and pay for it. And I did this, and I thought that I got the right mirrors. I got 2 mirrors from the same car, but I didn't realize that the car that I pulled them from was a Sport Edition, and the mirrors that I needed were for a 4-door. So, and long story short, they didn't fit right, and so I just ended up going ahead and ordering a mirror, and it was shipped to me, and I have it now. So that's great, and it's super nice. It's all black. Like the black on my car is fading because it's old, and so now I have this shitty car with like pieces falling off everywhere. But then I have one very nice shiny black mirror. So it's absolutely phenomenal. I A friend of mine told me that I should talk about food, and so I guess we'll do that now. She's like, "What was it? What was the weirdest thing? We should talk. What was the weirdest food I've ever eaten?" And I've eaten some weird shit. I've always been fascinated with meat, mostly because I love meat. Pretty much any kind of meat. I've not had a meat that I thought that was gross. Like, it's all great. Chicken, phenomenal. Steak, any part of a cow, really. I have not had hoof. I've not eaten hoof yet. I have eaten testicles. They were very good. As you might expect, they were creamy and gelatinous, but they tasted like organs. Like, if you've ever eaten liver, it's a lot like that, but better. It's like a better version of liver. Testicles are the like the gold membership status of liver, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I've eaten rabbit. Rabbit is very good. Most rodents that I've had are very tasty. They have very sweet meat. Rabbits, very sweet, tough meat. Kangaroo, phenomenal meat. That kind of runs in the same group as as far as texture goes with the marsupial rodent area. Guinea pig, also a very good rodent. Like, if you're in a survival situation and you have to eat a rat, count yourself lucky, because that's good eating right there. There's no doubt about it. Rat is very good eating, I'm sure. I've not had it, but I've eaten other gross creatures, and so I feel very confident that rat would be very good. I've had alligator, which is a very weird combination of, well, it tastes like an amphibian. Like, you can definitely tell, like, this is an air breather that lives in the water. Because I've had frog too, and it was the same thing, where it was like a greasy chicken, where it had like land animal fats to it, but at the same time it was like a chicken. It had a texture of chicken, but it tasted more towards fish. It was very good. What else? I haven't had a lot of fish because I haven't lived close to the ocean. I've lived pretty close, but not close enough to be like, I found a sea urchin on my fishing trip today, you should eat it, kind of thing, right? So it's always been like tilapia, or salmon, or tuna, stuff like that. I haven't had any weird fruits. I did taste dragon fruit, which I thought was very weird. I'm not sure if it was just bad dragon fruit, but I was not a fan. It was like the core of a pineapple, but also like kiwi. It was very strange. Yeah. That's some weird foods that I've had. Oh, paninis. Someone told me to talk about paninis. I've had one panini in my life, and that was when I was in Chicago. It was good. I liked it a lot. It was chicken, and it was like, I don't know if you've ever had Nukes, but Nukes is very good. Where they have like sandwiches, but I don't know. This panini, it had pickles on it, and it had chicken and this really good like chipotle like ranch sauce. It was top notch. Like, I would go back to Chicago again. Like, if I was back there, I would drive out of my way to go get another one of those sandwiches. Which is sad to say because I don't actually know where it was. It was a situation where I didn't drive there, and so I showed up in the city and I walked everywhere, and because I was walking, I paid no attention to street signs whatsoever. I just knew, like, oh, it's right across from the Trader Joe's. It's right over there. So, yeah, it was a weird situation like that. I'm really bad with directions. Like, I could not travel anywhere until I got a car. And once I got a car, I would study maps to like find where things were so that I could get there. And I would write down directions for myself because I didn't have a smartphone. I had a stupid phone, which I miss. I want to go back to the stupid phone. I hate my smartphone. It's too smart. I know that sounds like an old 70-year-old man kind of thing to say, but I don't like it. It like it knows what I've looked for, and like it's sharing information between apps, and I don't like it. I don't trust it at all. I don't know. I really feel like I want to kind of like go dark for like a week. Like no internet, no phone, nothing for a week, and see what that would be like. Like the only like electronic that I can use is a light switch. I want to see what that would be like. I might do that. I might try that just for a week and see how it is. I think I can definitely do it. I wonder if it would. I wonder if it would force me to do things that I like to do, but I just am too lazy to do. Like I like to draw a lot, but I'm just too lazy to do it because I don't like the thing where I like get everything out and I sit down. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna draw? And I don't have any ideas. I don't have any like inspiration to draw anything. I just want that satisfaction of feeling like I've accomplished something. So I might try that. Maybe. We'll see. I'm definitely going to go back to a flip phone sometime soon. The only disadvantage is it is immensely convenient, like beyond words convenient, to be able to transfer money like from one account to another from my phone. That is super, super great. And it has a great display. Like my bank has like a great app. Like whoever designed that app should get an award of some sort. So it's very good. What else happened today? Oh, speaking of maps and how I can't find anything, I was so bored at work today that I ended up getting on Google Earth Maps and just like looking at like all kinds of crazy places. Like I wanted to see like what the airports were like in certain cities. And so like I was looking at my airport here in Kansas, and it's like it's pretty small. So and then I went and I had been through the Atlanta airport once, and I thought that was an interesting experience. Yeah, have you ever noticed how when you get to an airport, like everything is like completely foreign and confusing? But I've learned like if you look at like going back and looking at like the aerial view of the airport, you see it and you're like, "Oh yeah, that makes complete sense like how I was traveling in this area." Right? Because like in Atlanta, the airport is set up in rows of docking places basically for the planes, and it's like I think it's like A through F, I think so, and there's an underground tram that runs from one end of the airport to the other, and I always thought it weird, like what's on top. Like, is it just like storage? But no, it's the ramp, it's the runway basically, for the planes to go over. And so you're going underneath all the planes to get to where you need to be to board the planes. And Houston is similar, but they have like a trolley system like they have in downtown Chicago, where it's up on rails above everything else. And so Houston International has a train that runs on top of the airport and goes to all the different places that you need. But Houston's is very much more sporadic. It's hard. It's not orderly like Atlanta's is. Atlanta's is huge, but it's orderly, and I like it. And then I was looking around. I was looking down at in Lima to find that airport, which is pretty small and simple. And then my friend used to live in South Africa, and so I then tried to find their airport there in what was the name? Oh, shoot, I can't remember the name of the town. Pe, pe, Patrol, Pretoria. That's it. And so I found Pretoria, and I was looking for the airport. Couldn't find it. I didn't realize that you lived in like such a weird place. Like I've never seen a city that's laid up like that before. And I was looking at some weird cities today. I was looking at like Russia, which is very weird. It's like I don't know if you're familiar with Skyrim or not, but the central city of the Elder Scrolls like universe is Cyrodiil, and it's like the huge capital of the entire empire. Um, and all the cities kind of do, all the roads do like rings around the around that city, and so it's kind of like that, where it's like a central ring, and then it's like spreads out like a spider web, and then another central ring. So it was really interesting to see, and the main airport is like miles away from the town, and it doesn't look like an easy place to travel for sure. It was really weird. And I was looking at like cool mountains. I forget how much I love maps and how much I like to like draw maps and create places. I'm enjoying it, guys. I'm for sure gonna like build my own campaign, but I want it to be like good and like full of life and well thought out. So I can't wait to share that with you. Thank you all for joining me. This is actually running a little bit long, but no worries about it. Thanks for listening. I've had a good time making these. If y'all enjoy them, leave a like. If you hate them, leave a comment, and then we'll talk about it. Don't tell me where you live, or I'll come and punch you in the throat. I won't do that. I'm too lazy.